Hello viewers, welcome to your favorite program, The Vintage Heritage Show. My name is Jim Briggs. Today we'll be talking about physical exercise. But before then, stay tuned, we'll be right back. Welcome back on The Vintage Heritage Show. On today's program, I told you we'll be talking about physical exercise. I'm not alone with me in this program. I have a fitness consultant with me, and we'll be discussing and talking about keeping fit and physical exercise. By name, Ayumba. Hi, Ayumba. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Nice to have you on the Vintage Heritage Show.
Glad to be here.
Looking at you, actually, I don't need to ask questions about keeping fit.
That's the idea.
It's so obvious.
That's the idea.
It's really written all over you. Well, keeping fit is a good one that everyone should, find yourself doing it. You know, some people don't like engaging themselves in exercise, but when it gets worse, they now begin to look for solution. And today we're looking into physical exercise. And you know, physical exercise, it's something everybody should be involved with. Yeah. So I will go by asking you as a consultant on fitness, what is physical exercise?
Well, therein is the thing itself, because physical exercise, fitness, is just the ability to be able to go through your day-to-day activities successfully without being tired out by the events of the day, whether it's work, whether it's anything. Day-to-day activity, chores at home, work, moving from one place to the other, being able to be mobile without being exerted at the end of the day. Because there's a lot of people who climbing 2-3 stairs, you just see them gas out,
they gas out,
walking from a place to place, they can't move. You see people taking a 50-meter position looking for keke. Just here to here.
And they're panting already.
They're panting already. They just don't want to move from here to here.
So what could be the cause?
They are not fit.
Really?
They are not able to go through everyday
exercise.
Task. And everyday task includes walking, washing, sweeping, everything. Psychological exertion as well. If you're not fit, your brain will be slow. The fitter you are, the sharper your brain is.
Exactly.
Everything. The fitter you are, the quicker you are, the more endurance you have. At the end of the day, you wouldn't get tired. You still have more gas in the tank to continue the
burn them. You have to burn this. Yeah.
So in a nutshell, it's the ability, being able to go through your day-to-day activities. Whether you're a worker or you're just someone sitting at home, you still need to move.
Yeah.
That's just...
Yeah, and we have different types of physical exercise. Can we discuss a few of them?
It depends on what exactly you're looking for. There's fitness for aged people, there's fitness for women, there's fitness for men, there's for different age groups. Okay, there's fitness for sports people, there's fitness for just everyday normal people. You can't take the kind of workouts that you need to give a professional to an everyday somebody just wants to be healthy.
Exactly.
There's so many different types. And if you want to go deep into it, there are exercises that we call least exercise, that's low intensity exercises, those ones that include just walking or light.
I think we should look into that, because it's like a daily routine exercise that you have to really do to keep fit as a person. So let's look into that, because I think everyone needs to get involved in that as well.
Alright, so with the list workout, you can do it either at home. You can do it if you have a treadmill. If you don't, you can just hit the road. In the morning, just run for 20-30 minutes, or you can just start with 15. It depends on where you start, but you always have to start from somewhere. You don't just rush in and boom, you gas out. So you just have to take your time.
Gradually.
The problem people have is on the first day they want to impress. The first day they want to prove something. The first day they just want to, everybody just running, let me just run. Then tomorrow you just be like, why are you chicken? Why are you chicken? And then you be like,
because you came out with a force.
You exerted yourself too much. Everybody has levels. If I were to start from scratch and someone else wants to start from scratch, who knows who has the genetic disposition to be a fitness person or not.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's,
so
that's
two people
true.
can start at the same time, but one will be able to go farther
Before
than the other. So different people have different exertion capabilities.
Exactly.
You understand? So we have to be careful to know what to give this person and what to give that person. Okay, so if you're not running, if you're not walking, there's so many body weight exercises that you can also get involved. Yeah, you jump, you squat, you do push-ups, press-ups, or you look for a bar, you do pull-ups. There's a lot.
But the pull-up, I heard that it gives you muscles.
No. There's for men or for women.
For the both, actually.
There is the catch.
Okay.
Women cannot grow muscle. That's what a lot of people think. Say, women cannot grow.
Never, by nature?
The woman cannot grow past a certain level of muscle tissue. Okay, they are not genetically engineered. Let me put it that way. They're not genetically engineered to have that kind of physical conditioning on their body. All right. If you see a woman muscularly built, it's either of two things. It's either she's taking testosterone drugs, steroids, and all those kind of things.
Yeah.
And testosterone is the male element that makes us look.
In the hormones.
Is the hormone.
Yeah, I noticed. Yeah.
So it's either they take that synthetic testosterone and it confuses their body and makes them look masculine.
Exactly.
Wrestlers, bodybuilders, weightlifters. That's a different thing. Or they genetically have a problem. Okay. They have too much excess testosterone in their system.
Exactly.
There are some athletes that have that problem, and they're having a problem with the Olympic Committee right now. Okay, so that's just the thing. If you're not having that, there are some women you see them macho stuff.
Yeah, very macho.
If you check, there might be a slightly higher level of testosterone in their system, with less estrogen, as against the woman's form, So that's where the thing is. But on a normal level, if a woman has a balanced physiognomy, no matter how she works out, the muscle she will just tone up, tighten up, and look fairly fit. Okay, and you see this this person is looking really okay. That's just the thing.
And this is quite interesting because I think I would like to really know more on the issues of women don't grow muscles.
Yeah.
And when we come back on the Vintage Heritage Show, we'll still go deep down on this because there are so many things to learn on fitness here, as a woman, as a man, even as a baby. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Welcome back on the Vintage Heritage Show, still on the topic on physical exercise, how you can keep fit. Don't forget I have somebody with me on this program, a fitness consultant, and we're talking about physical exercise. We're back again, Ayomba. Yeah, we're talking about the women who grow muscles.
Yeah.
So you actually talking about it when we went for a break.
Yes.
Yeah, because a lot of women, you see them, some seems to like it and some seems not to like it though. And you now discover that it really makes them feel so shy. Yeah, it makes them really, and some, especially those who appreciate it are those who are actually into sports. Because while they are into sports, they still have to undergo trainings that would push it out. Yeah.
But there should be awareness in this area, because what a lot of people mistake muscle for is like you will be hard and tough.
Exactly. I have that perception in me too.
As bulked as I am, you'll be very surprised of how supple I am to the touch.
Really?
It just depends on what kind of training you're giving yourself. A lot of people don't have that kind of education with
poor nutrition and
Yeah.
overstraining the muscles. You see some people training and you see veins all over, looking horrible. You will not see a single vein strand on my body.
And what's the reason?
Because of proper workout technique, proper form, proper weighting. You don't overexert yourself. You know your strength level. You're not there to prove to anybody that you can carry a ton of weight. Okay, it's all about progressive load. All right, you grow into it, so you don't ever exert yourself beyond what you can take. Okay, it's when you get too strenuous, the veins get so pumped up, and you now start having look like incredible.
That means the vein seems to be so overworked.
And blood pumping is just beyond. And proper nutrition as well. You keep your skin hydrated, a lot of water. A lot of people don't drink water much when they're training because you're drinking.
When you're training, you should take water.
You're sweating. You're losing water. 70% of the body is made of water. No.
Exactly.
So you need to replace. And if you're not replacing, you're sucking. You're sweating. You're not replacing. And the muscle tissue is mostly liquid. It's mostly water.
And the water helps it.
So if you're not saturating, it's like a sponge. If you're not saturating the muscle tissue itself, it wouldn't look nice. It wouldn't be soft. That's why it would be dry, hard, like that. Like you see some muscles flat, dry. Touch the person is like stone.
Wow.
Okay, that's the thing. Proper hydration, proper diet. You know the kind of foods that you have to eat, the amount of fat and oil that you still need, even though you're trying to lose weight, even though you're trying to build muscle. There's a set of food that you have to eat at what time of the day, when and when not. A lot of people don't have this, and then they just go train and they just look so shredded and too dry and too horrible. And unfortunately, some women also think that that's what will happen to them. I don't want my body.
You grow so muscular.
You can't, right? At worst, we call it toning for women. You tone your body, the body will just, all the shape, the female physiognomy will come out the way it's supposed to. Minus the fat.
So even at that, what kind of exercise will you now recommend for a woman?
Basically, the same kind of workouts that men do, but lighter weights.
Because
at the end of the day, the female structure and the male structure is the same thing. It's just a difference of bone structure and density and size.
Exactly.
So you've got shoulders. The man's got shoulders. You've got pecs, even though everywhere it's all muscles here, the quads, calves, the hamstrings, the pecs, the deltoids, the lats, everything is all the same with the woman. So they just have to take lighter weight. So say for instance, I am doing rows with 100 kg. I would give a woman maybe like 10 kg to do.
Oh, that's really small.
Yeah. Coming from my point of view, it's small. But from her, you see how strained it is.
Yeah.
Okay? So she might start with 5. We have to check. Is it okay? Can you do like 10 reps? It's all about how many reps you do as well. Can you do 10 reps at a time, or you can only do 5 and then the rest are too hard? We have to now check it. No, this is too much for you. We break it down. Okay. So if I'm bench pressing like 200, okay, give a woman 5. Just a little bit, because we don't want everywhere to be so muscular. Just to tone the body, just to activate the muscles in the body. That's the thing. Just to remind the body that it should be active and not grow too much muscle.
But there's this question, I think, personally, I need to ask that. When somebody do a rope skipping exercise and you have this heart beating, after the rope skip exercise, at first it's very difficult for you to lift yourself, and with the other time you now discover that you could lift yourself and really do it, but when you finish your heart is beating, pump, pump, pump. What could that be?
The problem is your timing, and maybe you started too hard. It also includes your weight. Someone that weighs 50 kilos will not pant as much as somebody weighing 90 kilos. Because you are heavier, that means you are carrying more. So it's going to be more difficult.
So what's your advice for such people who has like 80, 75, 90 weight? What's your advice, the process the person has to go through? Start small.
So if someone says 100 skips, 100 jump ropes is the standard. So standard for who? There's no standard in fitness. There's no standard. The problem with coaching is like they just give one size fits all for everybody. Everybody must do. I'm like, come on, this person weighs 50, this person weighs 60, this person is 60 years old. You have to check. So for an overweight person, if everybody is doing 100, let us start with 10 or 20.
And see
if he or she can take it.
Yeah.
How is your heart? There's something I do every time after a particular workout, after a particular exertion. I always check everybody's pulse in the class.
Okay.
You know, I have to know.
So when you do that, why do you do that?
I have to know whether it's overshooting or not. Okay, I have to know, because some people may not understand, why am I feeling woozy?
Exactly. And why am I panting?
Why am I panting? They don't understand. My job is to come and check. I check your pulse and see. I know how much, how fast, and how strong it should be beating. And I'm like, oh, no, this is too much for you. You should tell me. You should have told me. Hey,
so that you give you a minor time.
All right, next move, all right, you do it less. All right, next move, your heart is not beating as fast as I want it to beat. All right, next move, do 5 more, because I want you to exert yourself with it. So you have to manage everybody. You understand? So your heart will beat. It's just that from the beginning, if you've never done it before, your heart will blow out of your chest. So you just have to start gently. You mustn't do the 30 minutes that I said. You mustn't do the 20 minutes workout like I said. Okay? It might be too much for somebody. It might be too little. Okay, for me, it's too little. For someone, it's like, it's too much. So everybody has this. I started with 30.
Okay.
You know, so there's no shame in that. It's, how can I get, how can I start with 30? No. I started with 30. Okay?
Yeah.
So if I can work out for 6-7 hours now, it's a long effort that I've put in. Okay, so you take your time and don't rush and want to just do, I want to do like everybody.
Okay, so by the way you look at taking a walk, they said is an exercise.
Depending.
Yeah. That's what I'm going there. You discovered that even on the street, you're driving past, you see some younger ladies, older people, older persons, they are taking a walk.
Yeah.
And I now wonder, does it really have a fast effect when it comes to exercise? Walking
is exertion, it is workout. But I personally like to call it an activity. It's not a workout for younger, healthier people.
Okay, for younger.
Yeah, you need to exert yourself faster. Walking is for more overweight people and older people.
Really?
So, to save their joints. Okay, yeah.
It's really quite interesting. We'll just go on a break. We'll be right back. Still on the Vintage Heritage Show. And we're talking about fitness. And we're talking about physical exercise. These things we're discussing here will help you on your daily movement. Makes you keep fit. I'm learning. I'm sure you're doing the same. We'll be right back. Welcome back on the Vintage Heritage Show. We're talking about fitness here, and we're talking about physical exercise. Don't forget, we have a consultant in the studio, and we're discussing how you can keep fit. Are you battling with heavy loads? You get the solution in this discussion. We're back again, Ayomba. You know, I was asking of the road walk I see people do, and I see the young, I see the old, I see the middle age, and I asked because I asked for a reason. Is it effective?
It is effective if you're doing it right.
Okay.
Walking is a low-intensity workout, which basically is recommended for older people and overweight people. They have to share, because for overweight people and older people, any kind of small workout is exertion for them.
Okay.
You know, because if you're overweight, you're carrying heavier loads. Okay, it's like you have extra bufushikapa on your shoulders,
exactly,
than the person who is not as heavy. Okay, so that person has to take it easy.
Easy.
But if you're a young girl or a young boy and you're following your pops and your moms walking, you know, it will work, but it will take longer. And most people don't have the patience. Most people just want sharp.
Okay, that means that it's good for the older ones because it just helps them shed the weight and keep
fit and get them stronger.
Especially the bones, the joints. Okay,
so it's not too hard. There's low intensity and there's high intensity. Okay, high intensity is all with the running. Okay, sorry, high impact is all the running and jumping, you know, and the squatting, because it puts pressure on the joints. Okay, once you're walking, your joints are just gliding through. Okay, there's no pressure putting on. Okay, I wouldn't recommend low impact workout for young healthy persons. Okay, but if you're a young person and you have bone defects, definitely you have to walk. And that's a difference. So you have to find out you have health issues or anything like that. Yeah. So if you, even as an older person or someone who is overweight, walking alone after a while ceases to function.
Because your body
adapts and finds out that, oh, there's no...
Okay, you're just particularly walking. Okay.
We'll talk about how workouts.
Maybe in another segment.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. How workouts on its own
has an effect
versus what you are eating. How the eating will cancel out everything you've done, and then you're wasting your time. You start getting bigger.
Okay, because I was actually about asking you on the daily, on our fitness, exercise, and physical exercise. What effect has it got to do with the food we take in?
That's a different. That's a different chapter.
Yeah, I can see that because everything about fitness seems to be very broad. But even beside that, we can't leave this set of people out of this. The question I should ask is, does pregnant women need to do exercise?
Definitely they do.
So let's know about that.
They do. They do need to work. Even if you go to the hospital, you find doctors even before a woman goes to labor. You know, you've been asked to walk around.
Yeah, I noticed it too.
It's all important. Okay,
very important.
Women who don't do anything much have tendency of having problems, complications, and all that. They're supposed to be fit. Why is it that in the old days there was no fitness training, there was no activity, but the women gave birth standing and everything is good?
Yeah,
because they were active.
They go to farm.
They go to the farm. They walk distance.
They walk distance. They go to the streams. Even with the pregnancy.
And then they come up and they give birth at home.
Yeah.
Now people today still want to give birth at home, but they are not as fit as the people of home.
Exactly.
So
you're right.
They now need help from the hospital, and then you see people dying at home. That's a different topic for guys.
I
don't want to like that. So for women who are pregnant, there are workouts that have to be low. You can't be doing hard workouts. You can't be doing heat training, what we call high intensity training, as against the list training that I talked about, walking and just riding bicycle at a steady pace. Those ones are hard hitting. You do exerted workout for maybe 10, 15, 30 seconds, boom, and then your chest wants to explode, and you rest for another 30 seconds, and then you come, boom, boom. It's shorter, it's more time effective, so the kind of workouts that I would do for 30 minutes with that kind of workouts, somebody who maybe walked on the treadmill, walking slow, might not get as much calorie burn.
Exactly.
So if you're short, if you're hard pressed for time, you don't have enough time, I always recommend heat training. You do sharp, boom, and the good thing about heat training is, after workouts, you're still burning calories. You burn calories during workout and after workout.
And what's the definition of the heat training?
High intensity interval training. It's high intensity, and then you keep intervals to rest, and then you go high intensity.
Is it hard?
It is hard. But everybody has a starting point.
So
for me, at my level, as a professional, I do 45 seconds hard and rest only for 15 seconds, or sometimes 10 seconds. I only need to just catch my breath for 10 seconds or 15 seconds and go again. But for a beginner, I always say, just do 15 seconds and rest for the 45 seconds. With time, we keep catching up. Now do 20 seconds, and then we just start checking the difference. You can just do 30 seconds to 30 seconds. That's the average pace. Average person, you can do 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. Do 30 seconds skips, and then rest for 30 seconds, or 30 seconds jump squats, or 30 seconds whatever workouts you're doing. 30 seconds press-ups, push-ups, or 30 seconds butterfly jumps, probably the jump jacks.
The butterfly jumps.
Or star jumps, or whatever you want to call it.
That's good.
Whatever exercise there is that kicks you in the behind, really hard. Mind you, it has to be hard. Otherwise, you're not going to burn it.
But you still find out, you said it has to be hard. But you'll find out to notice that a lot of people do this workouts. They work at home and they still sweat. Is it an exercise?
Well, it's an exercise. You're sweeping, it's exercise. Because there's a workout that you can even give. Let me not start demonstrating here, but the workouts that you can do just swinging your arm is a workout. It's an exercise. You're cleaning the car is an exercise.
So what kind of advice will you give people who have lifestyle diseases? A lot of them fight it and they don't have to go through hectic exercise. A lot of them. What kind of exercise will you recommend for people who, lifestyle diseases, you live on drugs? So what kind of advice would you give them?
So there are some people who really cannot go around this issue, like maybe sickle cell patient. It's grossly advised that they don't train because their blood has issues. People with joint defects, it's grossly advised that you don't. But I recommend that there are gentle exercises like yoga, Pilates. It's not hard. It's not just stretches. Play some cool music and then we stretch, we flow. You'll be surprised how much sweat you will break by just doing the poses. And moving down, dog. The preacher pose. Everything. And you'll be surprised. Just do that for 20, 30 minutes. It's gentle on everybody.
And it works for them.
It works for you because already the person is basically not so strong.
Yeah.
So even that alone will be enough.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
But per doctor's advice.
Per doctor's advice.
You have to work hand in hand.
And that's true.
So anytime someone comes to me and says, I'm like, what do you have? You have issues? They say, I have this. I'm like, okay, fine. Let's go meet your doctor. Okay. Can she do this? Can he do this? Can she do this? Okay. What about this one? And the doctor says, okay, fine. If you fine, fine. You know, that's just it. There's something for everybody.
Exactly.
If anyone agrees.
That's a very beautiful topic. Keeping faith and exercise, and I've been learning a lot here. I just feel enriched that the topic wouldn't end, but it's in segments. You'll be getting these on the Vintage Heritage Show often, I promise you that. That's our fitness consultant, and he has given us a lot of tips. And I still know he should have one or two things to tell our viewers on keeping faith, please. Maybe your final parting words for today.
Look, we all have the same 24 hours. I have the same 24 hours like you. So stop giving yourself excuses that tomorrow, next tomorrow, or I'm too busy, or I'm not healthy, or whatever. There's the same 24 hours. It depends on how much you want to manage it. And if you want to live younger, you'll be surprised how old I am. And most people don't understand. It makes you, it's fresher, it makes you younger. Life is in God's hand.
Yeah.
Make your own effort.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah. Live life sweet, man. Come on. Work for it and live longer, man. Come on.
That's an advice from our fitness consultant. He said you want to live long, you have to keep faith. Yes, we have come to the end of this program. It's really been enjoying. I enjoyed it. I don't know if you do. That was his parting words. And you'll be seeing more of him on the Vintage Heritage Show only on fitness. With this, we have come to the end of this program. And on behalf of the entire production crew, we'll meet again same time on same station. Don't forget to check us on our YouTube, The Vintage Heritage Show. Facebook page, The Vintage Heritage Show. Instagram, The Vintage Heritage Show. Stay good. Bye-bye.